time for some recent reads. Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Zach with Zacks Books, and welcome back to Zocktober. Today we have got a recent reads for you guys. 5 books that I've read, well, recently. Some of these do go back to September because it's been a little while, and with all of the stuff going on with Zocktober, it's been kind of hard to read the books I wanted to read because of books I need to read. So these 5 books we will have linked down below. So stay tuned and find out what these 5 are, because they're pretty exciting stuff. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into some books. Alright, the first book up is the one that I have listed as the lowest rating between the 5. It's just, I'll show you what it is. We Need to Do Something by Max Booth III. This book was very out there. It's very weird. I initially gave it, I think, 3 stars at the time. The more I've kind of sat on it, thought about it, I would say it's probably more towards 3.5, 4 stars. Just not, it's a good story. It's about a family that's like on the verge of like collapsing while they're like stuck inside a bathroom while a big storm is going on. And it's just like, it's weird. They end up getting trapped in there for like almost a week, I feel like. It's rather thin. The daughter, who's like the main person I think we're following, has got a relationship with another female, and she's like worried about her, like what's going on with her. And it's a weird story. A lot of weird things happen in this book. Obviously, I'm not gonna try and spoil it for anybody. It's way out there. It's weird. After like the halfway point to like 2/3 of the way through, it's just kind of like, what the heck's going on? So, otherwise, it was a pretty solid book, and I did enjoy the story. So, there you have We Need to Do Something by Max Booth III. Alright guys, the next book up is House of Secrets by Darcy Coates. This is the sequel to House of Shadows, which we are still following Sophie and I think it's Joseph Argentin. So, obviously, there's a sequel, so it's not technically spoiling the first book because there's a sequel and we're still following them, so yeah. But this book was really weird. The evil entity pretty much follows them to a new home. It's a sequel, so obviously I can't like say a whole lot about it, but I did really enjoy it. I still like the characters of Sophie and Joseph. They're just like this cool, like, loving couple. Like, Joseph turned out to be, like, a good guy. I mean, between both books, I think the duology of House of Secrets and House of Shadows would probably be a pretty solid place to start with Darcy Coates. Obviously, there are other books that I could recommend, but I think this is a good, solid place to start because you kind of get all the factors in it. And between both books, I gave both of them 5 stars, so 10 out of 10. So, I mean, what's not to like? So, yeah, there you have House of Secrets by Darcy Coates. Alright, the next one is Phantoms by Dean Koontz. As you guys saw, I did this as a reading vlog, so I'm not going to talk about this one as much. If you have not seen the reading vlog, check it out up here. But in the reading vlog, I didn't finish it. I finished it. Ultimately, I'm going to give this 4 stars. Obviously, it's got a lot of, you know, like, it references in terms of like what the creature can do. Obviously it's Dean Koontz's version, which a lot of people said that this was kind of like the closest thing to it that you can get. I did really enjoy the story though. It was a really solid story, and the creature itself was just like, it can like shed itself and like have other parts of its body start doing the same thing, which is like a feature that it, I don't think, has, or yeah, whatever creature it is, doesn't have that ability. This one can like shed itself. Like its power source is like a cellular like nucleus inside of it, and it's a really solid story. I like the ending. First Dean Koontz book, it was not bad. If any of you guys have any other recommendations for a Dean Koontz book, let me know in the comment section down below. Again, I am between Watchers and Intensity. Let me know your favorite between those two, or if you have a third option, let me know in the comments. But Phantoms, 4-star book, pretty solid. And yeah, so there you have Phantoms by Dean Koontz. Alright guys, the next one up is Someone We Know by Sherry Lapina. This is my 4th Sherry Lapina book, and all of them have been solid. This I'm going to give 4 stars. My favorite book so far by her has been Not a Happy Family. This book is really solid. This is about a whole like neighborhood that's like kind of like, it's hard to describe. Like a murder happens and everyone's like a suspect. Well, these 2 males are accused of having an affair with the woman, and then the husband's like mad because it's like revenge sex because like he cheated on her, and it's like everybody in the neighborhood's like suspect of something. And like one of the characters' sons is actually somebody who like breaks into houses, and like unfortunately broke into the house of the woman who got murdered. And so like everyone's like, okay, what's going on? And like it's like such a weird book. So many things go on. There's a lot of characters, which is not the problem to me with this book. It's, I don't know. It's a 4-star book, like I said. I just think that there are a couple other ones by her that are a little better. I mean, like I said, it's kind of in the middle of the pack. It's not the worst one I've read from her, but it's not the best one I've read from her. Obviously, I got a few more I got to read from her, and I'm excited to get to more Sherry Lapina. She's been pretty much a surprise thriller author for me. So, but yeah, there you have Someone We Know by Sherry Lapina. All right, next up is a book that I loved. It was a really, really good book, and it took me forever to read the darn thing. The Dead Zone by Stephen King. This book is in my top 10 Stephen King books of all time. I'm still working out the numbers and like what's getting kicked out, and it's for sure in the top 10. It's got potential to be in the top 5, all honesty. It's so good. There are differences between the movie and the book. In the infamous like scene in the movie with like the kid, like the ice hockey team going on the ice, and he's like, the ice is gonna break, and all that doesn't happen in the book. Instead, it's like a high school graduation party, and they go to this restaurant, and he's like, it's gonna get struck by lightning, and there's no lightning rods, and the whole place is gonna burn down. And everyone's like, hi, you're stupid. And like some people listen because they know what he can do. He's kind of treated as like a circus act for some people, where he's like, I can see the future, like let me touch you or touch something you've touched and I'll be able to see stuff. I think the character that I actually hated the most in this was Stilson. I think it's Greg. He's like the big political guy in this book who's like trying to run for office, and like just his character himself, he's really douchey, and I just absolutely hate it. Hated him as a character. Johnny Smith, he's got potential to be one of my favorite characters in a Stephen King novel now. He's so cool. He's like kind of laid back. At first, he doesn't really want to help anybody, and then like something else happens, and he's like, you know what? Maybe I will. You know, I was trying to like keep myself secluded from people, but now I'm gonna try and help out. You know, it's a really solid story. It's his love interest, Sarah. I feel so bad for like what happened between the both of them. In terms of, like, obviously the guy was in a coma for, like, years, so she obviously has to move on. Really sad, but overall, The Dead Zone, probably one of my all-time favorite Stephen King books. Like I said, it's got potential to be in the top 5, but it is for sure in the top 10. So, 5-star book. There you have The Dead Zone by Stephen King. Alright, guys, so this was my recent reads over the past little while now. A lot of really solid books in this stack. I'm very excited that I got to finish most of these. Again, Phantom's the first Koontz book. I'm excited to continue with that. The Dead Zone, my goodness, why did it take me so long to flip and read that book? So I'm very excited with all these books, and it was a really fun experience. Again, let me know some of the books you've read recently. Let me know in the comments down below. And again, if you do have any other Dean Koontz recommendations besides The Watchers or Intensity, let me know, because I am intrigued with him. But yeah, This was very fun. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you guys in tomorrow's episode of Zocktober. Later.